Hey, so I wanted to get on here, record something in case somebody was looking forward to more of my material. I had every intention of having like 6 videos by now, but I hit a snag yesterday, 2 days ago. See, my memory's kind of foggy because I got triggered. I lost my notebook for my notes because I had a couple few pages worth of videos to record, but my notebook, I'm not sure where I put it. So I'm trying to do one from memory, but the next segment I wanted to do was about mind shifting. I have some really good stuff, I think, that I want to share, but I wanted to start it out by saying, kind of talking about my day yesterday. Went to Costco. I was going to get some paper and some fruit. My mom is a member there, and me and my son was there. So going through, and you know, you have to hold out the card. I've always thought it was weird when I went to Sam's Club through the years, how you have to like hold out the card throughout the store. Well, like Costco, it feels like you have to hold it out even more. And it's just weird because it's like you hold it out when you go in the door. Okay? And I felt like I was followed throughout the store. Like I said, I know having chronic post-traumatic stress disorder, kind of, you can think that, you know, can make you paranoid, but this wasn't. I don't go out into the world paranoid. I go out just trying to get in somewhere, get what I need, and get out. I don't go looking for confrontation. I try to do the best I can to ignore things that I do notice, because I do happen to notice everything, like how people look at me, how they study me, you know, the ones that are just curious, the ones that, you know, look at me in just complete disgust, because I'm not, you know, I'm bigger, got a belly, and I wear shorts, and I wear tank tops, because that's what's most comfortable to me, because I have nerve damage in my leg, especially now. My leg doesn't like pants. It like locks up on me. So, you know, like I said, and I try not to let things bother me. I try to just keep walking forward, but I'm noticing that I'm going around Costco, and here once again, I'm at a store and I'm being followed. There just happen to be a bunch of employees everywhere I look, and I'm like, you know, maybe this is store policy. Okay, I get it, but is it store policy to have all of these employees watching customers, making sure nobody's stealing, when they could be running the registers? Because it's really weird. And then they have employees up there that are standing up at the self-checkout, and they're like watching every move you make. They're right there. But there's a bunch of them, like 4 or 5, and the one lady like kept she kept like walking up close to me and then like backing away. And at first I thought she was like dancing, but I'm like, no. I kind of like, you know, I'm like, I'm not understanding. So then I started making comments because she kept doing it. She kept like backing away and then all up on me like she's watching me. And then but there's another lady right here, and I'm like, why? If this is store policy, that's fine, but it's weird that customers who aren't even suspicious, who are just trying to ring their stuff up, are being like micromanaged. And it's like, do you want to just scan my stuff for me? Like, it's weird. And then you have to wait at the door for them to check your cart, basically. And it's, like I said, it's just weird. You do all of this checking, and you just have all these employees literally here to monitor the customers. And it's like, what happened to us being treated like we aren't, like, I got into like a rant at Kroger, because it kind of just made me mad, because I feel like they're just like, they treat us like we're the criminals. And it's like, technically, people who steal land and hoard resources, and, you know, who make us earn an existence that we should have the right to if we contribute to society. You know, we shouldn't be working up until our last breath. Like, it's weird. You know, the retirement age should be, like, things should be getting easier as time goes on, because it's 2024. And there should not be not one homeless person, especially a homeless veteran. Like, the systems are, like, I mean, that's, again, there's so many reasons why I started this channel, because I'm just here to share my observations of how I've seen the world since a child. Like, I've been working on my project and the mission since I could put thoughts together. Like, I'd be laying up at bed at like 5 years old, like, you know, because I was being abused at home. So, like, I'm like, there's got to be other children at home being abused, and I wanted to run away. So I'm out selling Kool-Aid and lemonade door to door, babysitting early, you know, doing all I can to save this money so I can start my safe havens. You know, I wanted places for abused families and kids to go that weren't loved, or, you know, nobody seemed to care too much about. The lost, the ones lost, kind of the forgotten, the rejects, you know. Wanted them to have somewhere to go. And that's always been my vision. And, like, it's just grown as the more I see that's wrong with this planet. And, you know, it breaks my heart that, you know, we as a human race could be so much farther along. Like, I have bits and pieces of material, you know, written out that I think, you know, that to me, it's all connected, you know, to crimes against humanity, because we've been lied to about our minds. You know, like I said, probably about 6 months ago, I found out that we, you know, our brains, we don't even fully get our frontal cortex, our frontal lobe finished developed, you know, 25 years to 28 years. And then you deem us adults at 18, and 18, you still have 7 more years before your emotions. Do you know what's in the frontal lobe? Everything. I mean, everything's important, but obviously your brain development is important, and you're allowing people, us, and, you know, kids, babies, make decisions at 18, going to war. You're not telling me that's not a crime against humanity? It's weird to me. And like I said, anyway, I got way off topic about being triggered. But anyway, this lady, this is what happens. I get triggered, and I think I'm okay. And then if I would be able to stay on topic. She irritated me because, why are you in people's space, violating people's spaces like that? And if you're not going to help me, why do you keep watching my every move when there's a lady on this side of me? Like, it was weird. So I just kind of barked a little bit, growled. And I'm like, I said, would she like to help me scan my stuff since she keeps getting in my space? My mom, you know, my mom's like, you know, she's like low key. Doesn't matter what happens, you just keep your head down and get out. And I'm not like that. If I see something, I'll say something. And so, you know, and then she stopped. The girl stopped. But it was just weird. And then, like I said, you line up out the door. It's just weird. I don't even like going in public anymore, because it's like, it's weird. It's weird. I get there's a lot of theft, but it's like, okay, well, I'm not condoning theft, and I'm not saying I do believe there are, There are ways to get your way without doing something illegal or violent. That's why I'm here too. I'm trying to keep the peace in the streets. Believe it or not, community is unity. Anyway, like I said, I'm all over the place but last night, after I left, I was able to, it pissed me off, but seeing my son, it took me probably 3 to 4 minutes before I was able to realize, hey, my son's here. Because when CPTSD, when you're triggered, like I said, she was all up on me. I don't like people I don't know near me, because I've had so many things happen to me. Like I said, I understand it's not her responsibility to know what my triggers are, but it's also her responsibility to keep her own boundaries and understand what boundaries are. She wasn't, she didn't have a disability. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if you are a conscious or somewhat conscious individual, you need to understand what boundaries are and stop. I don't care if you worked there. If I'm not slipping stuff in my pocket or I'm not looking suspicious, you don't need to be all up on me. Like I said, unless you want to scan my stuff and put my stuff in my cart for me, that'd be great. But then I look like I'm the hostile one. I'm creating a scene. I'm a smart mouth. That's when I become the problem. Well, I guess I'm the problem then. Because that had me irritated. Like I said, somebody who I've let things go. You fall in line. You fall in line so long it gets old. And then I'm like, no, this is not okay. And everybody's just looking around, like happily falling in line, stuffing their face with that, all this junk food. And it's like, you're literally eating your death right now. Your slow death right now. And it's like, okay. I don't know. So I shook it off. Everything was fine. I'm continue on with my day, hang out with my kids, do my mom thing. And then in EMDR, we started out doing this technique where we practice a container, where we put something in a container, whatever the trigger is, whatever you put it in this container, you picture yourself locking it up, so you can process it later when you're in a safe place by yourself. And it's like, it sounds silly, but you keep doing it every time you're triggered. And you're, like, it gets easier as you work with somebody on learning how to reprocess your emotions. But you lock it up, and then you do your best to come back to the present moment. It takes a lot of hard work and dedication and rewiring of your nervous system to be able to do this. I'm not even, trying to make it seem like it's some easy thing. It takes a lot of time. I've been consistently doing EMDR for a year. And I'm still having issues. Like I said, I was so angry about something, and it was like, oh, all these other things that hurtful things that I had I hadn't really processed started just coming in. So it started triggering me again. It was like pulling this negativity back through my nervous system. And I'm just started thinking about these things, and they're making me so mad. But I had to put my container back on it because my kids were still up. And I wasn't, I'm actually, I don't know how I've somehow managed to do this, and I'm not saying I'm perfect. But I've somehow managed to pretty much protect my kids from my storm. I think it's just because of how deeply I've had to internalize my emotions for my whole life, that I've just gotten really good at it. So it's actually come in handy now. But anyway, I was trying to come on here to hopefully give some more guiding light and just show my face. And, you know, I'm still working on things, and I didn't get a chance to post what I want to post tonight, but hopefully this helps. That, like I said, it's still like a me too. I hear you, I feel you, but you know, I feel like too, it's maybe not a friendly person. I used to be very friendly and, you know, very trusting, very, my word is my bond. So that's how I thought other people were. And I learned very quickly that that is not the case. But I still wanted to give people the benefit of the doubt. I still would try, but it's like after so many years now, I'm like, okay, now I'm not so trusting, I'm not friendly. You know, I'm cautious. I'm very cautious. Anyway, I'm gonna cut it off, and then tomorrow I'm gonna have some more. But I'm very excited to see where everything goes. I just like to, like I said, share my testimony. I had to grieve last night. Like I said, all the things that the trigger started bringing up more flashbacks and memories, and I was just mad, and I had to validate my emotions. So I took, you know, when my son went to bed, my daughter's 12, so she, you know, she can do, I tell her at a certain time, you know, I get my time from like 9 to 10 or 8 to 10 or whatever to record, but she knows she can come. I end up going to the gas station or something just to record, just so I can get some quiet, and then I go right back. But anyway, so last night, real quick, I took my emotions back out, and I let my anger feed. And when I say feed, I listen to a playlist of songs that make me feel like I'm whatever's making me mad, who's ever hurt me. I replay my flashback, and whatever's going, where I see where the emotions, see where the thoughts take me. Whatever comes up, I don't hide from it. I don't run from it, because I feel pain every single day. So I'm not scared of anything anymore. And that's great. You know, I stare death right in the face now. I mean, I've had guns to my head, people tell me get out of the car, and I was like, fuck you, like, you're gonna have to peel my dead body out of this car before I give you my car. And they're like, what? This is just crazy. Because I've already, my oldest brother was my biggest tormentor growing up. I mean, I've got horror stories from him. I'll save you the gory details, but it's like, I'm not scared. Like I said, as sad as the story is, what? You think I'm not budging. I stand very strong in my convictions, and I stand behind everything I say. Wrong or right, I'm going to stand behind myself, and I'm going to admit it. That's the difference between me and the rest of the world, is I'm not afraid of who I am. I'm not afraid to say I'm not a nice person, and I may be a sweet, loving, I'm maybe somewhat harmless, but I'm also capable of great violence to protect life. You can't just be, I'm, all about a child. To protect life and to defend yourself, you need to learn defense. Like I said, not to be used as a weapon, to be used as defense. And my video might be all over the place, but it's all love. Scattered minds get scattered language. I'm out.